will bear a lot of fruit. But one thing we haven't gotten into a lot is what the starting rotation can do. I have not been as high on Ranger Suarez as some people have been high on Ranger Suarez. But we have looked at Aaron Nola, and we all are hoping that he can get back to the close to Cy Young form that he had 3 years ago. I know we're looking at Zack Wheeler and hoping that a guy that pitched the most innings of anyone in Major League Baseball last year can bounce back from that. And that's just talk about curses. Apparently you can't do that in Major League Baseball. Lead the league in innings, and then all of a sudden you're back in business the next year, firing at all cylinders again. Man, that's too much for some people. And I don't say that sarcastically. I say that that's just to be the way, that just seems to be the way it is in Major League Baseball now. Hopefully Zack Wheeler is not that guy. Hopefully this little slow start, maybe missing a start or two to start the season, is just, that's it. That's just what he needs to get ready, to get back in shape, whatever might get back on his schedule, get rid of any soreness he might have. And then for the rest of the year, he's dominating like he did last year. Then Zach Eflin is a question mark. He's a guy that the organization has always been high on, especially since Andy McPhail came in, especially Matt Klentak was high on him, of course, and now Dave Dombrowski, especially going into last year, was really high on what you could bring to the table with a guy like Zach Eflin. So hopefully he is living up to par of what the Phillies have set for him and how the Phillies have kind of talked him up. Ranger Suarez, to me, is a guy that the Phillies did what they have done with a lot of their position players. It's not as abnormal for a starting pitcher in the minors to come up and give you some bullpen help in the majors. That's not as uncommon, but I felt like the Phillies certainly bounced his position and his assignment around and his role around in the bullpen. Starting spring training as a starting pitcher and then going into the season as a starting pitcher in this rotation, I'm hoping is enough to kind of click that starter's mentality back for Ranger Suarez. If that's the case, it's all about just seeing a guy who had some decent numbers at the minor league level, transfer that to the big league level. And that's just the basis of everybody coming up from the minors to the majors. I'm just hoping Ranger Suarez can be that guy. He can be a solid left-handed pitcher in this rotation, something the Phillies have had sparingly really over the last couple of years. And for me, if he's able to do that, and you're able to get a little bit of what you're expecting from Nola, from Wheeler, obviously Eflin, then you're going to have some pretty good arms in this rotation. Kyle Gibson is the guy that I think you can tab for the most inconsistent of all the guys that are going to be in this, from the five guys that are going to be in your rotation going into the season. He has been like that throughout his career. He was like that, especially when he came into the Phillies after the deadline last year and did not have himself the best September. Hopefully he can bounce back from that. Kyle Gibson is probably my biggest question mark in terms of that consistency, in terms of a guy that you're just not sure at all what you're going to get because he's an unknown as a starting pitcher at the big league level. That's Ranger Suarez. Everybody else, just pitch to your potential. Pitch to the level that we have seen you pitch at before. And we're not just going to be talking about a lineup that's mashing. We're going to be talking about a starting pitching rotation that, Wheeler, Nola, Eflin, these guys can put I don't want to face those three guys in the playoffs in the baseball. You do that, and people will start turning heads when it comes to your production overall as a ball club. So that's what I'm looking forward to, and hopefully that'll all come to fruition with your Philadelphia Phillies. Now,